is working. Yes, it is. Alright, guys. I am happy to be back playing today. While I've got a spare minute. While I have a spare minute on my hands, I figured I would see what I could find today. This is not the regular map I usually play on. This is a different one. And I figured I'd go out and just search the maps that were adjacent to it. You know, so we could see what, you know, what's going on. Hello, gamer kid. Yes, I do remember you. How are you? Got a lot of food, didn't I? How you been, gamer kid? You been done alright? I'll tell you what, now, it is really, really, really a great spot for cows, I can tell you that. What's it make, like 6? Oh well. I'm not gonna kill that sheep because I already got enough wool to make a bed. So I'm good. It's all good. It's all good. Yes, it is. There's another. How about that? Another cow. Oh boy. Not a booger. A little booger. Little booger. Alright, now, let's see what we can find. You know what I would really like to find is crosswalker boots. I've already got them, don't get me wrong, but a friend of mine helped me find them because on my... so what you doing? Just playing a little YouTubing here. I was on Twitch about an hour ago and met some really cool people on there as well and played with them for a little bit. One of them was Welsh, which is right beside of Ireland, or England, I mean, not Ireland. Well, it's right across the little channel there from it. But he was a really cool guy, man. Really cool guy. But yeah, I've been trying to play a little bit on Twitch here lately and see, you know, what comes out of that. And I don't really understand it that much yet. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you sponsor and all that jive. I'm gonna have to do some more research on it. Apparently, I figured I'd get on there and stream for a little bit and it'd be just like YouTube, but it's not. But yeah, I miss streaming live. I've been making videos instead of streaming. And when I first got on here, that's all I did was stream because I didn't know what else to do. You know. Yes, I do remember you. I do. Let's see. I was trying to remember exactly when I first met you. Give me a second. Man, it's been a minute. You know. I've met a lot of really good people on here too, and each and every one of you guys are just outstanding. You guys are. And I appreciate every one of yous playing with me, subscribing to me, you know, whatever you need, you know. I try to help everybody that I meet, if they got, you know, like for instance, that map room trophy. Oh, thank you. Hey, that's a true story. That was a true story. I'm not lying. I swear on my life I'm not lying. That really happened to me, and I'll never forget that as long as I live. You know, they say that events like that are usually a sign or a warning. And my mom got killed not long after that. She did. Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, a lot of people think that it's, you know, kind of far-fetched. But I tell you, I left a few things out in that video. That person, that black person, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, and I don't want to, you know, say something to offend anybody. It was a solid black, like a shadow, basically, but identical to a human, identical. And it was looking out the window in my house. And yeah, when I woke up, I seen it, and I thought it was my mother because she used to go in there and look outside when she'd get up at night. And the sink was right beside the kitchen sink. Was right to your right of that window. I mean, right beginning it, basically. So I thought she was standing there trying to, like, pour, you know, get a glass of water and look outside at the same time. Maybe she heard a noise or something. So I asked her, you know, bring me a glass of water. And, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. You know, that hurt me really bad. It did. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it really hurt me. Well, how in the world did I do a big circle and come right back to my castle? Right there it is. Do you see it? See, this ain't the same one I usually use because the other one, this all is castle. All of that. All the way down through there. But anyway, you know, it never responded to me. So I said, Dad, you know, I was going to get him to bring me a glass of water. Well, it never responded. It turned around. I swear on my life. It turned around, and you could see it plain as day. It just simply turned, walked in there to the room where I was in, kind of slow, and faded into the darkness. And I reached behind me and turned the light on, and there was nothing in that room. I swear to God. And so I got up and I ran. I didn't walk, I ran into my mom and dad's bedroom. And they were sound asleep. I mean, snoring. And I'm telling you guys, I woke them up and told them what happened. And like I said, dude, that really bothered me for a pretty good while. I didn't sleep in the living room that night either, and I slept with the light on too, by the way. I slept with the light on for about 2 weeks after that. I'm telling you, that really affected me, man. Well, then, when I got married, when I was in my early 20s, I'm not that old, but when I was in my early 20s, me and my wife was sleeping in my bed in my back bedroom at the trailer, and something pulled her hair out. I don't blame you. I sleep with the light on too. Yeah, we do. We sleep with the light on too. See, my mom and dad were really, really bad about not letting you have no lights, at nighttime. They hated it. It irritated them or whatever, especially my dad. So I wasn't allowed to have one on. And I was really afraid of the dark at one point. I was. But, so that really sucked. I used to cover my head up, and then I'd get so hot, and I felt like I was running out of breath too, like I was running out of air. I'd have to uncover just for a second, and it scared me so bad. But I was really bad for watching scary movies back then too. And then I'd think about them as I was trying to go to sleep, But, yeah. I used to. Well, my wife, we leave a TV on all night now. I don't know if I could go back to sleeping in total darkness or not, just to be honest with you. But, yeah, all that stuff, dude. Yeah, right. I don't know if I thought it was demons, but I really thought, that there was something evil and something bad. Like maybe a Jason or Freddy or somebody, something like that. But it really did scare me pretty bad, and I can understand why you'd think that they were demons in the dark. I can. Trust me, I'm right with you. But it's all just rubbish. It's foolishness, and we scare ourselves more than anything else does. We can scare ourselves. That's the only time I've ever seen anything in my mom and dad's house. Now, I seen something later on, but I was in a car. Me and my friend was driving real late one night, and he had been awake for like 20 or 48 hours because he had worked down there at Farstone. He had a double shift. So he was really tired, and I couldn't go back home because mom and dad would have got mad for me coming in that late. But I had a cabin. I should have went to it. But we decided to park on the road and, try to take a nap. Well, while we were sitting there, as soon as I parked, it wasn't 5 minutes after I parked, he went to sleep, curled up in a ball in the back seat. And I was sitting there playing with a deck of cards, and I had a limousine tent on both sides of my windows. Something tried to get in the car on us. It almost picked the damn car up. And I'm not kidding. I swear on my life I'm not kidding. It shook that car like it was trying to pick it up. And when it did, it was an old Oldsmobile Cutlass. It had a 350 rocket motor in it. I started that son of a bitch, man, and I floored it down the road just to get it. And then I got thinking, well, what if somebody just needing help or something? Here I am, running off, and it could have been somebody really absolutely, like dying maybe. So I turned around and went back up there, and there was nobody, nowhere. And I do mean nowhere. It was out in the middle of nowhere, by the way. And there was no houses around or nothing. But now there was a drop-off right beside where I was parked at. And I was hoping that they didn't, climb up there and, trying to get my help, and then somehow or another fall back off from there. That'd been horrible, dude. But I should have went into greater detail about that story right there, because I'm telling you, man, that scared the shit out of me. And I ain't afraid of people. I got out, I'd roll with anybody. But this wasn't a person, I don't think. I honestly believe it had to be a bear, like rubbing against it, because it was making this funny noise, man. It was really scary. Well, I'd say you did get scared. You think somebody was just knocking and running, though? My little boy's bad for that. Noah. He's just a little bitty guy, but he is bad for knocking and then running. But yeah, stuff like that's scary. It is. I understand. I understand completely. Like I said, I've been probably well over 100 fights in my life, so I mean, I'm not afraid to fight anybody. It's just the unknown is what scares me, you know. We used to go to these places that were quote unquote haunted or supposedly haunted and try to debunk it, you know. So I mean, I enjoy it personally, I do. But there again, sometimes I think you can bring stuff back with you. I really do believe that. I mean, I'm being honest with you. Because that black shadow in my mom and dad's house was not long after me and a friend had went to a place that's supposed to have been haunted. This guy blowed his own brains out. And I don't know if I brought him home with me or not. But now I looked on the internet and there was this whole big old section of what do they call them? Shadow people, I think is what they call them. And I seen one. I swear to God, I seen one. What, does he live out in the country or does he live in the city? I mean, or in town? I mean, where does he live at? Because I mean, if there's a lot of people around, it's probably somebody just knocking and running real fast. But now, if he lived out in the middle of nowhere and somebody done it, I can understand why you'd be scared about that. Because that is messed up. But those shadow people, man, I'm telling you, that scares me to this day. I hope I don't never see one again. I thought it might have been the Grim Reaper. Because, like I said, my mother died not too long after that. Did you guys, did anybody have time to run after they knocked? Because if so, it might have been that. But now, if he just immediately opened the door since the knocking was like there, then that is weird. Yeah, I can understand that. Ain't a lot of houses around, huh? Is there any more of you guys that are friends that live there close? Better get some wood right quick. This dark oak is the best wood on here, I think, hands down. Let's see. Nobody. Nobody. I'm streaming. You know what? One of these days, you guys might find out what that was, or maybe one of these days you might not want to find out what that was. You know what I mean? I've got some more stories. Let's see. It might have been one of your other friends, trying to scare the shit out of you, which apparently you did, you know what I'm saying? Which it's, it's funny to them, but it's scary to us. But, the gamer kid. No, he had to do something. But, I was getting ready to tell you something. What was? Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to upload another video on another occasion. Now, I didn't see nothing this time. But as I said, I used to date this woman. Now, she said she's clairvoyant. I don't know if she was or not. But she's told me stuff, dude, that you wouldn't believe, and it was true. And she could not have known it. I mean, she was from Michigan. She didn't know my family. Didn't know my past. Didn't know nothing like that. And, I mean, even if she knew my past, she couldn't have possibly known what she told me. Because it was too long ago. There was a set of twins at about 9 years old. Died on that land that I used to live on. I live in the city now. But, yeah, I was going to tell you. I don't remember how they got killed. That's what I was trying to think. But they both died the same day. And I was trying to remember how it was. Anyway, I'll get back to that. Anyway, the woman, their mama, they called her Nan, that raised them, she grieved herself to death thereafter. I mean, it destroyed her. Alright? Now, let me tell you something. This woman I was dating said we were all drinking one night. I ain't gonna lie. And we were in that trailer. This is when I first moved in it. There's about 12 of us all together. She stayed outside all night that night by herself on the porch, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I went outside and got her and made her come in, and I was like, "What you been doing all this time?" And she said, "I've been out there talking to that old lady." And I was like, "What old lady?" Because there was a couple old ladies that lived kind of close to us. And she said, I think her name is Nan. And she said these two little girls was running out in the yard while I was talking to her. She said, and what was odd about it is they were twins. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, I never thought much about it that night. Well, the next day, my dad came over, and she told him what she was doing, because I was trying to figure out who it was. And he told me that it was his mamaw, and that them girls were his cousins, and that they were dead and buried down there in the field. And he took us down there and showed us the grave. And I'm not playing with you. Now, she said she's clairvoyant. See, she can see things apparently that we cannot, just like dogs and cats and things of that nature. And she said she's been able to do it ever since she was born. Ever since she can remember, she's been able to see things that are not really there to everybody else. So it don't scare her at all, none whatsoever, because they're just ordinary people. Only they're not with us anymore. Now, what do you think about that? And it turned out everything she said was true, and I'm not kidding. She had a real thing there, buddy. She could tell you things about your life that you didn't know, and it would come to pass. Well, I don't know if the clown Pennywise or not. Wasn't he based on an alien? Wasn't the clown Pennywise based on an alien? He wasn't?
No, Pennywise was just a form of it. It could be anything. It
Right.
is your biggest fear.
Right, but wasn't that an alien?
No, it was just a supernatural cause.
I need to watch that.
Fear taking a form. With the new one.
Yeah, I know. My nephew said that it was just a form of your fear, which I guess makes sense because whatever you're afraid of can scare you to death, literally. That's why they say ghosts are so lethal, is because if you're afraid of them, then they can kill you. Right, and I do believe this. If there is ghosts, I believe that the humans that are ghosts don't want to hurt you. They don't want to scare you to death. I believe the demons, though, that take their form and try to do something real evil to you, are evil, definitely. It's pretty cool that you know all this stuff, kid. That is. Well, I mean, I called you kid because I was just knocking the gamer part off of it. But, that is, pretty wild, man. I can tell you all kinds of stories, man, that I've, my aunt knowed a witch when she was a little bitty girl back a long time ago. And she could make tables walk. And, she gave her a boss one time and told her not to let nothing ever happen to it. And one night she was bathing her son, and the other two boys that was over was wrestling in the living room where that vase was at, and they broke it. And about 2 weeks later, somebody came in her house and put a cloth over her head and cussed her like she was a nothing, and said that if anything like that ever happened again, she would die. And my aunt tells me that story to this day in great detail every single time. So I don't know if she had an enemy, maybe, and they come over to kick her butt, or if, this is the boss, the witch. I'm telling you. Yeah, go ahead and get the door. Hey, kid, gamer kid, I might have to jump off from here, my little buddy. I've got company. Yep, Jimmy's gonna ride my bicycle, looks like. Guys, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to bounce. Gamer kid, send me a friend request. So what happened was on Halloween, I don't know if people were messing with me, but I started that. Yeah, probably somebody just messing with you. I hope. But send me a friend request on the PlayStation Network unless you already have, and I'll reply. And if not, my ID is Scarecrow_313. Don't forget the underscore. Scarecrow. Oh, okay. I thought we was. But I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, that's cool. daily
Not too
check.
hot.
Yeah, on the channel. Okay.
Good fall
Gavo
meeting.
or Gabo 360 180 time. I got you, brother. I have got you. All right. I will talk to you just a little bit later, guys, and it was great to get to do this again. And you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time, okay?